And hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome to Megaman 2. Let's go. I'm doing this on my birthday because that's how the good vibes happen. Yes. Let's do. Alrighty. Man, the childhood nostalgia every single time. Alrighty, I'm very hard out of practice. I've played this, I believe, exactly a year ago. So, I'm gonna say Metal Man is the safe option to try for. Just to try to avoid being, like, losing our lives in the beginning stages. Too hard. Yep. No. There we go. Always slight adjustments. Alright, cool. I'm trying to make a quick decision on, do I do D-pad or, yeah, sure, let's go. Luckily the D-pad and the current, gen Xbox controllers are pretty decent. Oh boy. Oh my god, now, just nice and easy. Ow. See? Perfect. And slow down. There you go. And then the nice toe dancing and just nice and... Ooh. That sliding is brutal. Hopla! Alright, and here we collect our health back. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Ooh. Well, I say that, but just nice and... there we go. It is a marvel of technology that in the year 1990X or 2000X, I forget, someone has invented the metal drill that somehow only drills through the air, but it doesn't harm the actual material it goes through. It's quite something. Need a big healing bit. The small... Oh, there we go. There you go. That is a nice total so far. Cool. Nice and easy. Damn. I'm wondering, like... On one hand, rewinding is... See, the thing is, I'm less good than I'd like at these. So it's gonna be like, either I rewind or we're gonna be here forever. It's a hard call to make. I also forget, like, how many lives do I have in the... Yeah, 2... So it's basically like rewind or start the level from and just waste everyone's time for 10 minutes. Let's try to keep it to a minimum, like insta-kills maybe, but beyond that, let's try to not do that. You know, as I say that, but you know. Oh, there you go. My old school instincts failed me. I didn't remember that one could actually fall through that. Yeah, and that I believe cannot be reached until you get the equivalent of... was this game with Rush already, or was this still with the items? I forget. I think it's the items still in this one. The doggo was in the next one, right? In 3. Alright. And if you let yourself fall too far to the left here, or get dragged, the shredding people get respawned, so... Ugh. Bad news. That, yes. Okay, cool. Now, nice and... Ooh. Now that is a... There you go. Every time it's a bit of a new revelation that, oh right, yeah, you can't really hold the shooting button to get stuff done in this one. And that's the same thing with the E-Tank, right? You gotta have the items to get it. And I don't yet, so. Even just the jump is so tight. Like, Jesus. Nice and easy. There you go. Alright, let's see. Alright, reflex time. Nice and smooth. There you go. Victory to the man of the Mega. Yes. M get equipped with, not to be confused with M from the James Bond series. It's a different M. I'm quite sure. Unless it's a shocking sequel to a resurrected M from the James Bond series that was put into a Megaman suit, but it's a really, like, the consciousness is of the old British spy leader boss person. Yes. So maybe we're really playing as Judi Dench's consciousness. It's like there's a theory. I feel like we should investigate this. Alrighty. Now that's a spin-off. Yes, I do. Like, that would be a take on the character. Oh, and just in like some while, I intend to put on the colored lights. I have some party modes on them, so like an increasing amount of birthday vibes, right? So candles, party lights, that sort of stuff. So that's the like it's like an increasing graph of vibes. Yes, let's go with that. Actually, why did Let's rethink this. I'm pretty sure I'm intended to choose Bubble Man. Sorry. See, no one saw anything. It's fine. It plus, like, how often do you hear the big, like, musical notes of Mega Man in reverse? Like that's exclusive content. Yes. So yeah, my history with Mega Man 2 is I played it as a kid. It's hard to roll a number, but let's say, like, when you are a Nintendo playing kid, you lose track of the games you've played, of how many times you've played them. Like that probably, like, we've all been there. But Mega Man 2 I did not own. I loaned it from a friend, like, multitudes of times. We can like switched friends, switched games. Sorry, switched friends, switched games from time to time, like back and forth and then back again. From the top of my head, I could throw that I maybe beat Mega Man 2 30-something times, maybe. Hard to say. Because it's, like, when you are a kid that has, like, maybe 10, 15 games or something, it can surprise you how many times you've actually beaten those games or played those games. So it could be a lot more than I remember. But this one I loaned, but I loaned it for, like, multiple different occasions. Oh, wow. Now that is a... Either you know to not fall there, or you don't. So yeah, I am not, like, a super expert on it, but I found it simple enough to beat, at least back then. Although, you know, the older we get with Mega Man games, the more difficult they somehow seem to become. Oh boy, that's not. Come on, shrimp. Gotta get over here. Alright. Oh, right, this has these, like, spiky UFO boys. And every time I play Mega Man, I'm kind of surprised how much, like instant death, spike traps there are. Like, it's fascinating how in the old school NES game, like, times, the instant kill spike traps were, like, the norm. And it was just normal, and they're everywhere, and it still didn't feel really stressful, because it became, like, normalized, you know? It's pretty cool. Or, like, you know, interesting. Ow. How dare you? There. Go think upon your life. Alright. You and your jumping... Come on. There you go. Come on. That was a nice set of shots right there. And back in here. Also, I never really thought about it, but I suppose Mega Man doesn't really breathe oxygen, does he? Okay. Just shoot the one coming in between the jump and then go. Oh boy. Nope. There you go. And nothing here. Cool. Oh, cool. We got into the boss with not too much incidents. It's gonna be fine. Let's go. There you are. That engine slowdown, though, mind you, I do feel it's accurate. My memories of that are slightly vaguer in Mega Man 2, but I remember when I played Mega Man 4 last time, like, this is the Legacy collection, right? When I played Mega Man 4 on this, I felt very clearly that the slowdowns were exactly where I remembered them. Alright, M gets bubble stuff. Okay, Bubble was... Now it was Heat Man, right? Although Heat Man is really difficult unless you have the flying thing. Okay, what's something I could really decently, with decent believability get through with my Buster or the Metal Saws? Woodman, maybe? Sure. Let's go. I always thought that this song reminded me of something. I never find out what it was. Like, as a kid, I was like, wait, this is from, like, a movie or something. Like, it's very similar to something, this, like, theme. Come on. Alrighty. Ooh, hello. Luckily, their rabbit robots aren't too quick. You can actually react to them, it's great. Oh boy, no. Let's go. Ooh. And as we all remember, that enemy is... Actually, should I maybe be in the other end of the screen so I don't block the health bars? There? Maybe? So now you can see the boss fight stuff, especially. It's more, like, meaningful that you know where the life bars are going, right? Like, always feel free to tell me if I'm blocking the UI in a way that's, like, problematic. That's good enough. Cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so those are called hot dogs, which I found hilarious. And the manuals were translated into Finnish because, you know, we were children. They needed to, like, be in Finnish, you know, because we were too small to fully understand English. Although, I learned pretty quickly. I've talked about this before, but I played Shadowgate as a child, which is like a very word-heavy, like a dungeon adventure, castle adventure, fantasy thing with, like, the pick up, talk, hit, close, open commands, and inventory, and lots of text, and complex text. That taught me to speak English, because I could not play that game until I learned. I was like, I was like, dictionary, let's go. I was, it was challenging at first, but it was a lucky break that I was young enough to really take that in. So yeah, in Finnish that's a kuuma koira. Which, yes. That is not what we call the food of hot dog, or we never translated the food, it's just hodari, you know, the Finishized version of the English word, you know. Alrighty. That works, good. Good. Excellent. Oh boy. I forget how these operate, like, oh Jesus. No! No, you... No! Well, I got healing for it, though, so that's fine. Oh, wow, really? Also, that is some heavy-duty bamboo. Like, it's not attached to anything, and it still holds. That is bamboo superpowers right there. There you are. I'm still traumatized by Mega Man 3 having the Rockman? Yeah, fights in those big rooms. They were always really hard for me. Also, I did not remember those shoot carrots. Oh wow, hello. Yeah, that's an issue, huh? Ooh, ha 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 ha. Lucky drops on healing that, though. Okay, I think the Metal Man... Oh, the Metal Man buzzsaws are a slight improvement on the normal weapons, I think, in this one. It's a kind of tough break to dodge the projectiles, but that's good enough, though. Woo! Let's go. M gets equipped with Leaf Shield. Lovely. It is a green new Mega Man, yes. Okay, Leaf Shield was... Airman? Yes? Maybe? I think so. I'm trying not to, like, look up this stuff. I feel like I should remember from both my childhood and from playing this, I believe, about a year ago. Oh, Jesus. I don't remember how these, like, they don't go away, do they? I think it, yeah. Oh, right, these things. The devilish creation, oh boy. Jesus. That is just rude, my dudes. Come on. Oh, no. Come on. Ugh. Come on. Ooh. I probably would have made it, but I'm kind of like getting into my rhythm still. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Come on. There you go. Oh, right, it's this stuff. The cloud platform propelled thing. Yes. Man, imagine trying to, like, build this stuff, and then the workers have to, like, go to their workplace, like, jumping through these. It's a health and safety nightmare, I tell you. Okie dokie. Alright. Tricksy clouds. Come on now. Very tricksy clouds. There you go. Left or right for the exit? Left. Cool. Imagine the game being so, like, old school unfair that the clouds would, like, conceal an insta-death. That would be quite something. Let's see if I can grind some healing from this. I can. Sort of. There you go. Man, imagine, like, having a built-in fan like that so you could deal with all of the, heat waves in the summer. That would be an innovation. The next step of human evolution. We become androids with fans inside of us. Oh, hello. And then, like, when the next step of human evolution with fans inside us have celebrities, then they can have fans. So they're like the people with fans inside them that are fans of the celebrity. So they're like fans, right? So it's like a it's like yes. I feel like I've cracked the mystery of the future. It just flashed in my mind like a great big bolt of Flashman. Yes. Man, I hope this is the thing. I feel like I think it is. Okay, let's go. Ugh. Man, these are hard. Luckily, you don't need to hit them too much in this one. The future games are much more difficult in the like stuff working for the boss fight departments. To be fair, I believe there's an expert mode, right? But I'm not good enough to probably deal with that though. Air shooter. Like you just blow air like. Message from Dr. Light. Oh my. Truly the beginning of a new era. Yeah, it's like a item 2 completed, get your weapons ready. Yes. Yeah, it's like it's what they always say. Humans just evolve and evolution happens due to the surrounding circumstances. So it's going to go great. I honestly don't remember what item 2 does though. That is a problem. Okay, the air stuff was for Crash Man, I think? It was Flash or Crash, and I think it was Crash. I think so. Let's go. Man, these graphics looked amazing when I was a kid. I mean, but they're still timeless, don't get me wrong, but they look a little more flat than I remember them from my childhood, though. Like, there's no background, like, art. Which, I mean, it doesn't need any. Oh boy, that's no good. Come on, come on, come on, come on, let's go. Oh no. Why you like this? Sweet Jesus. Let me through. Sure. Still charming, absolutely. A timeless look, for surezies. And it only gets more, like, detailed in the future games anyway. Not like in a huge, huge jump, but like, I mean, I believe some of the future games do have like a background something. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh boy. Yeah, this level, oh hello. This level really requires some of this Metal Man energy, because getting through this with just a Mega Buster, that really adds some challenge to the whole thing. Oh, speaking of like old school games, right? Now that we're kind of in the ballpark of the like world of, like, we're getting a lot of the old school NES and so on types of games, like all of this Capcom stuff and so on. And I don't know if it's surprising, but there's been a pretty decent number of the old school Konami NES stuff and Game Boy Advance stuff. Like, there's the Castlevania NES and Game Boy collection, then there's the Castlevania Game Boy Advance collection, there's the Contra collection. I forget if there's another Contra thing, or is it still. Point being, that while Konami never, like, for a long, long while hasn't been about liking the video game thing, you know? It still, has, like, it's been, like, it has allowed the publishing of, like, a lot of the old school game collections that they published way back when. So, I've been wondering, like, Konami had a lot of NES games back in the day. I don't know where some of the right stuff of that is, but, like, I'd love so hard to see, like, a re-release of, I don't know if any of you played it, but this game called oh boy, this game called Bucky O'Hare. It's I think it's like I don't remember if it was a, like, a cartoon or a comic book first. But, oh, Jesus. But, nonetheless, the Bucky O'Hare NES game was one of the, like, best things I ever played. It was so good. It's one of those that has, like a change characters on the fly kind of a thing. Some of the best soundtrack of any NES game ever, and that's, like, saying something, you know? So that is, that's gonna be, I don't know if Konami owns the rights to actually do that, but, if they could, it would be pretty awesome, because that game is really, really hard to like, get physically these days, you know? Alright, let's see. Yeah, no. That's another one where, like, if you don't have the Metal Man thing, what are you gonna do, you know? Like, that seems honestly kind of impossible. Like, what do you, like, what do you do with this? Like, there's no way to even address that enemy if you just, like, you know. I think one of these is a level up, and one of these is the way to go forward, and I always choose the wrong one. Cool, thanks. Very hard to progress in this one. An E-tank, right, okay. So what does item 2 do? It just goes like, okay, I think I still might be able to use it, so if I put it there, there you go. Actually, the same thing is true of that, right? What's here? Aha! I'd like to point out the getting of weapon energy just fell through me when I was in the ladder, the big one. Curious. Alright, let's hope I remember right about the airman stuff being the thing, but I feel like I have like a visual memory, like a flash. Not a Flashman flash, but a different flash of seeing the like that jump and then this just going through them. There you go. Here we are. Perfect. Crash Bomber. The white and salmon. That is a fashion statement right there. Ooh. Crash Bomb is... Good question. Quickman is Flashman, Heatman is Bubble, and now I actually have the thing for Heatman anyway, so now I can go here. Why not? Like, it's doable without item 2, but...
By the way, a little something for the birthday celebration.
Sweet Jesus! Little something? That is a big something. That is such a big something, we might need to check if it's safe for work. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, Harmo. 1,000 entire bits is, like, that is food for, like, many a time. Holy smokesies. Oh my goodness. I believe that I wasn't sure like at which points to put on some lighting for us, but I feel like that is a good time to start with that. And now we have a quickly light a color changing light going on in the background as the inventors of electricity intended. Thank you so much, Harmo. You just means the world to me, and you really know how to like make a small streamer's birthday stream feel worthwhile. I'm not gonna lie, because like my numbers are not like as good as they were like a year ago. So it probably on some level also kind of worried me, like that, well, what if like this year will be a complete non-starter, you know, as a stream. So like, but I kept telling myself that even if nothing happens, it's still worth it to do it, because it's different from the normal days, and therefore it's surely worth like just throwing the hat in the ring and just not listen to the little voices that keep saying no, you know. There's just like, let's go and see what happens. There's nothing lost if, you know. So just being afraid of failure is a bad reason to not do stuff. I'm trying to keep that in my mind. And that's the and it's always good to keep the brain spiders from taking over. Ooh, hello. Ugh. Those boys be difficult. I can't jump from the ladder though, so I gotta be careful with this. Okay, it's a little tricksy, this one. Very tricksy. It will absolutely help sustain me, and also helps keep the dream alive of of having the like self-consciousness push of keeping all of this going, that one day I'll make something out of myself. Ugh, there you go. Boom. Thank you so much for, like, it genuinely means so much to me. Alright, let's go. Let's show the rotating whatever's these are, who's boss. Oh no, this is bad. Ugh, okay. Come on. Well, I do have the crash stuff now if I want to use it. Although I'm not sure I want to use it on that, though. It doesn't seem super useful. Like, that's still, like, might as well climb that. That is... What timing is that? Tricky. Very tricky. Very tricky, Jesus. There you go. Oh, yeah, yeah, we are not taking our chance on that one. Thank you. There you go. Nice and easy, nice and easy. And this is where item 2 comes to save our bacon. Alright, and now we hope it's still good enough to get us through. Woohoo! There we go. Successes! My pleasure, and I'm glad it feels like it's an investment worth making. Okay, this is not going great. We need to, like, move hard. I don't know if I can make it through this without using an E-tank. I'd rather not, but let's see. There's, like, I have vague memories of the pattern, but it's... Yeah, this is really, really hard, though. Woo! Hard. A DPS race if I ever saw one. Although, like, there is obviously a way to dodge most of that, but, like, I'm rusty beyond belief. Atomic fire. Question, isn't all fire, like, what really is atomic fire? Like, isn't fire, by its definition, has, like, because it's a physical thing? Although I suppose, well, I mean, but isn't fire still just, like, a concept of, like, oxygen and so on, like, burning, therefore it's oxygen atoms and so on. So isn't all fire atomic fire? Like, as opposed to the subatomic fire, the non-atomic fire, the antimatter like what, like, question, that, haven't really thought about that one before. Let's go. Ooh, this is slippery. Ugh. Ah! How dare you? I think I'll just go through the thing. I'll just get hurt again. Well, I got hurt there too, so there we go. Ooh. Is item 1 like a climby thing? Yes. I call BS on that one, but okay, cool. Right. Exactly right, Valkyrie, exactly right. The singing rabbit is all about the good fun of the world. That's as far as I can see the, Yep, that looks about right. Oh, What is behind 3, crash walls? Just nice and... And the game won't let you change the... There you go. Until it's destroyed the item platforms. And this... Luckily there's no friendly fire, well, self fire in the crash bombs, because on this level they would be a problem to avoid, because the slipperiness would just drop you from the other side. I see, okay. Unless there's like an extra life on the other side of that fall, I'm not sure it's worth it. Honestly, there still could be, and I do get that back though, so... See, that is like sampling Megaman music right there. Oh, the old school jumps. You gotta love them. Left or center? Apparently center. Dead Cake, thank you! Thank you so much. I'm glad to see you here as well. I hope you've had an excellent day and week and all of the other stuffs. I hope you've had a good time. I hate these boys so hard. Would you... I don't want to risk respawning the big bad there. The E-tank I really do want, though. We need to go get that, for sure. Ah! Ah! Valkyrie! Ha! But... Thank you so much for the 500 bits, with a heart and everything. My goodness. Thank you. That is also so much food and chocolate, probably somewhere in between, and it keeps the body lights going as well, as I like to say. Let's see if I can the way to... Love you too, and I really hope you've been doing excellently in these past few weeks. I have a bit of a... the sofa is kind of in between of me reaching the thing, but give me a minute. There you go. Yes. And now our wall light strip also changes colors. More slowly than the other one, and with different colors, because consistency is for the sensible. So now we have that. Excellent, good. And actually, I might as well. I thought I would like maybe put the lights just I figured at first that I'd put just the lights from the first tube, but let's actually just put the, okay. I am so well prepared, I kind of need to grab a, lighter. Hold on. Man, I swear I totally thought this through somehow, and then I just like, oh right, I need fire. Like, atomic fire. Yes. Fire, fire, fire. Is that fire? That works. Sure. That's also fire. See? This totally works out. And look, I have a beautiful, it's like a lighter, like a case that has a pentagram and everything. It's pretty cool. And it has a lighter in it, and then the lighter works. It's... Aha! Alright. Okie dokie. So, candle 1. Actually, I'm supposed to just put them there and then light them there. Candle 1. And candle 2. Here we go. And now we have 2 candles going, and I'm sure it's all nice and safe. Yes. For some reason in my mind, I thought like, well, my first thought was put the lights on from the first whatever just happens and then go to candle. But like, wait, but I said candle like my mind made a self own, and I was like, but right. So candle. Yeah. I swear I have a sensible rationale going on in my mind somewhere. It just usually doesn't happen. But yes. Ooh, what? Good question. Man, I hope crash bombs are the thing that works here, because I'm actually not sure. Nah, sort of, sure. That works. I have memories of, like, usually doing this with the Megaman Buster anyway, so... the normal gun. Time stopper. Ah! It's a message from Dr. Light. That is so surprising. Did you give us an item 4? He skipped 3 altogether. Oh, he didn't. I see. Man. Imagine, like, in 2192, someone, like, comes up with this, like, huge, like, innovation of, like, you know, like, you know, the hovering skateboard or whatever, right? Like, from the Back to the Future movies. And then they have the wherewithal to name it Item 2. I swear it's not that funny, but... like, you know, like, so the combined NASA Tesla presents Item 2. Oh man, that would be awesome. Oh Jesus. Oh god. Oh man, I swear it was almost funny, but then it just... Oh boy, okay. The hardest stage in Mega Man 2, at least from the... Oh, Jesus. From the, normal bosses, at least. Okay, this is gonna be hard, because they go into the Yeah, this. This is so difficult. Oh boy, gonna. Ah. Ah. Woo. Yeah, no. Is that even possible? Sure, let's try, maybe. Not from that drop, though. Like, the timing is so extremely tight. Ah! Jesus. Woo! Was the Quickman stage always black when you press start? Maybe then, I don't... Like, maybe the... It might be a thing to prevent the insta-kill lasers from glitching out, probably. Maybe, yeah. But I honestly don't... I'm not sure if I remember that, though. Ah! Oh, it's because of this! Right, okay. It has like a darkening mechanic as well. Yeah, maybe, okay. Right, yeah, right, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, now I see. It just started to happen like one screen too early in a manner of speak. Game, please. Oh no. No! Ugh! No! Also, that is a trap. There's no way to get that one without just dying like a champ. And that extra life that can go. Nah. I'm pretty sure in my previous years of playing this once a year, I have never gotten through Quickman's that bit without dying. Hell yeah. There we go. Oh no. Yeah, no, not accepting that, sorry. Well played, thank you. That is cruel, Wisp, what that is. That's a lot of really hard enemies right at the end of the stage than to meet the boss. Eesh. Gonna be rough. Oh boy. There. A perfect first try. Old school difficult is too difficult for me. I don't know why it took me so long, but the M was for right. When I said M and I went for the joke of the Judy Dench and so on, the M was for the metal stuff and not Megaman himself. Oh, because Q for the right. And for some reason my mind just never saw that until it's fine. man. I mean, I would go crazy as well if my flying saucer made that sound. Like, I feel I can relate to Dr. Wily. Like, imagine having a flying saucer making that sound every single second that you use it. Like, how long will it take until you start building murder bots to take over the world? Like, booey, 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 booey. Like, just metal man, let's do the, burn everything. You know? I feel like there's an overlooked, like, a side to Dr. Wily's, tragedy, you know? Like, that's probably the whole, like, start of the... Of the whole problem. Also, welcome to the best song of the game. Yeah. Killer aiming. Oh, hello. I guess I could have used the item 3 as well, but... Because it's like a climbing item. It's almost the same thing as the first one, but not completely. Nice and clever. Let's go. So yeah, like 3 should let me get through this as well. Whoa. Especially since item 1 will probably have its own spots where I need it, it might be good to use 3 where possible. This is such a hard jump. Just need to go to the absolute edge and go. Ooh, there we are. Come on. There. Man. I wish that every Megaman game had a weapon as powerful as the metal blades. They're so good, you know? There you go. Gotta be careful to not, like, set off the game to make you go lower, though, because then it would restart the whole fight with the boy right there. Yeah. But yeah, like Bucky O'Hare, I somehow forgot that point. It's amazing. Like, I listen to Bucky O'Hare's soundtrack at least once every 2 weeks. From, like, the YouTubes. It is so good. It has, like, the best examples of Konami drums in the industry. All of the melodies are so catchy and just... it's so good. And the characters are fun. They're all interesting to play as. Even the rather weird-looking human is like, yeah, sure, let's go. It's a big gun. Go for it. And it feels tight. And there's inventiveness to it. And it's just... And it has that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles energy with a lot more variety. Like in that you have the green rabbit that shoots his guns. You have the white, gray, violet cat lady who shoots like a forehead beam. A cleric priestess cat of something or other. I forget the name. And a 3-handed black-colored duck, who's like a dead-eye duck or something. A human boy with a big gun, and a smaller robot that can destroy like environments with his like more like a arc bullet thing. And you play through a lot of curious and interesting stuff with that setup. It's so good, and it has an open-ended start on like in which order you do stuff, much like in Mega Man, but it feels like so much its own thing. It's not just like a Darkwing Duck game or something. It's just like it's so unique and it's so awesome and interesting. I really like it. and I really miss it. Like, I've been kind of like hoping to find like an old copy of it one day on like a flea market, because it's so like, I think a copy from like a retro game store is like 80 euros, and I don't have money like that. I cannot spend money like that in any game.
Party Carrot What? I had a lovely day BTW. I bought a pretty dress and had so much fun while gaming with friends, and now I'm glad to be here Altus Party.
Wow! 100 party carrots to be here to damn! And thank you so much again, Valkyrie. And I'm so glad to hear you've had fun with friends while gaming. You never, like, one can never, I'm always getting this wrong. Overestimate, underestimate. One can, it's always extremely awesome to play with friends and have a good time doing it. You cannot overestimate. Anyway, it's really, like, my brain just doesn't get that sometimes. It's like, that's my mind just doesn't, but yes, glad to hear. So much thank you for the 100 bits, and I'm glad that you found a pretty dress, because pretty dresses are what life has, like, that is one of the great beautiful contrasts of life, and that is important. Hell yes. Exactly, yes. And I feel like it's only fair to put the next candle in. Like, I mean, for every bit. Why not, right? I should have enough. I have 30. I'm pretty sure 30 is enough, right? Like, for each bit follow raid. I honestly don't know anymore. Like, I'm under the impression that Twitch maybe no longer shows host alerts, but only raid alerts. So, but in case it would work, hosts count as well. But I haven't seen host things in like a year. So but still, for the purpose of, you know. All right, and before it gets too hot, there we are. See, it shows up just fine, and I'm thinking that if the room ends, I'll just make another like level right here, and then we'll see the, like, I'll need to grab something that's like a box or something to put here, and then it'll show those as well if we run out of room. But I think that'll still take like another 3 if I need to. Thank you so much. There we are. These moments are actually kind of interesting game design, because these moments, as a kid, I always found unsettling. Like, something's gonna happen, this looks too empty, and it's actually... Oh, and it actually has backgrounds as well. Big plus. Really old NES games often had 0 backgrounds, so... But yeah, it's like this like no enemies bit. It's unsettling because but this is the hard level. Something's gonna happen. Oh right, it's this thing. Oh boy. Deep breaths. Let's go. The biggest jump scare in all of NES. Ah! Not that one, though. Man. Imagine being a kid, being like, yay, Megaman! Like, what the hell is that? Ah! That's what that is. That is a metal dragon that we needed to deal with like the champs we are. Yes. But yeah, I can't believe I never saw it. Now I understand why Dr. Wily wants to take over the world. He flipped because his UFO makes a terrible noise. It all makes sense now. I can't believe I didn't see it before. god damn, like, it took I need to start making Mega Man lore videos and just get this theory out there, because I feel like we cracked it now. It was Wily's, like, flying saucer's noise. That's the thing all along. And if the noise happened only in this game and not in the first one, then he had a nightmare about the noise, like, before it happened. And that's what, like, cracked his mind, you know? I feel like now we know. Now we have reached the reality of where we stand with all of this. Also, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Jesus Christ. That's scary. Like, actually really scary. Ah. Wait, hold on. But what is in the other end, though? Because that's the way forward anyway, right? I hope the rewind time bit is long enough to check for us. Okay, fine. A lot of videos, yes. I do actually have an idea that I've been, like, nurturing, if you will, about, like, not exactly a lore video, but, like, sort of an analysis video of something I would know, you know? Might be interesting. Like, we all have our stuff we know from the world. Like some of us are trained in football, or knowledgeable in ice hockey, or happen to have a chemistry degree of some sort, or physics, or, you know, something that you can then pick up from video games and then, like, make, like, it's, you know, the expert reacts kind of a thing. But a take that is... I haven't at least found, the thing I'm looking for. It's probably not a thing I can make, like, a million billion videos of, but I could make it, like... If I really push it, I could probably do still half a dozen, like, pretty decent ones. Of a decent length, if I just go for it. Like, I've been wondering about that for a long time. I'm just terrible at starting to doing stuff, because, you know, mental health, you know how it is. But mental health has been a lot better. It's been on the uptick for the past, especially a year. Slowly but surely, and one can never, like... I'm honestly pretty glad that people don't need to be as worried about me as they probably at some point were in life, you know? It's really good. Oh, Jesus, this is hard. Come on, you piece of... Oh, boy. Like, it feels really good when you talk to people, or talk to your parents, or, like, meet those people, and you can sort of see in their eyes that they're no longer as worried as they were, you know? Like, they get this vibe out of you that you're not out of the woods, but it looks like it's gonna be okay, you know? That's really nice to see in their eyes, you know? It gives you the feeling of, like, you see the change that you've had happen in yourself affect the people around you in a positive way, you know? It's really cool. So glad to hear, and I'm glad to hear it. So glad to hear for you, and that's basically the thing. Like, exactly what I mean. Like, it feels good to, like, have a positive change in yourself that other people can be glad about. You know, it's really nice. Still depression, but clearly better. Like clear improvement. I have a vague memory of metal blades being good here. Or... Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, let's get all of our... Because our stuff doesn't recharge between these levels, so we... Oh, sorry. the screenshot button is right in between the start and select button, right under the light. It's hard to see here, I'm sorry, but I swear it's there. The 3 small black buttons right under the white light there. The middle one of those is the screenshot button. So it's easy to like thumb the whole thing and oopsie daisy. That's what happened. Alright, let's grind. Maybe not go all the way there for that. Oh, god damn. Nope. It's no biggie. Let's take the metal blades from that. The trash bit from that. That from that. And then just item 2 and item 1. Awesome. Come on. A little far away. But yeah, that's let's just take a jump there. Come on. Come on. Ugh. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Damn it. And item 3. Go. There you are. Okay, and then healing. Whoa. It's honestly an interesting choice that you can grind level ups from these ones. That's actually... Like, this is one of the easier Megamans for sure, and I really appreciate that, because this game, I'm sure, brought, like, most of the Mega Man fan community into the games to begin with. This and 3, probably. Although my first one was 4, but the first one I played was 3, though, so... Like, I played 3 at my friend's house, loaned that a bunch later. I played 2 at my different friend's house, loaned that a lot. But the one I owned was 4, way much later. 4 was, I think... Actually, as a kid, I thought 4 was the hardest of them all. But now that I've played them again as an adult, I think 3 is the hardest. 3 has really difficult boss fights in the later half. The generic android bosses with the old boss's abilities, they're hard as balls. Like, Jesus. Oh, no. That's a really tough jump. What do you do with that right now? Oof. Well, I really need that healing though. Let's go. Item 2, let's go. Oh, and also, I very recently finished all of the Witcher books, all 8. I'm not very good at reading. I'm kind of slow, and my mind drifts really easily, but I finished them all finally. I think I started a bit over a year ago. I think. So I went in the usual order with the exception of. So, Last Wish, Sword of Destiny, Blood of Elves, I forget the rest of the names, but like number 4, I think, next. Well, obviously 4, but the 4th book. And then at that point, I read the prequel side story book, Season of Storms, because I wanted to do the prequel side story before actually ending the book series, because I wanted to end the series on the big ending, instead of going to a prequel book later, and I'm really happy I chose that. If you read the Witcher books, read Season of Storms before you finish the series with Lady of the Lake. Season of Storms is the newest book, but it is a prequel that takes place after the first 2 books, roughly, but before everything else, right? So yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, prequel, 5, 6, 7. Corporal Fly, you're 35 too. Woo! Awesome sauce. And welcome and thank you for stopping by, and I hope you've had an excellent day. Yeah, cool. We would love to hear your thoughts on the series overall. Overall vibe, I felt it was pretty decent, pretty good dark fantasy as a page turner. It's no Tolkien. Like, I really like, the best fantasy book I've ever read is probably The Hobbit. Haven't read Lord of the Rings yet. I probably will, but yeah. So I've read in my lifetime The Hobbit, all of the Witchers, and something like 16, 17, 18 R.A. Salvatore, Forgotten Realms, Drizzt Do'Urden books, and a bit of Elaine Cunningham and this stuff. Yeah. Back from work, chilling with a beer. Chilling with a beer is a good idea. Good thinking. I think the Witcher series is pretty good. I especially enjoy when the books I think Andrei Sapkowski is really good at like writing basically like explaining out the sort of the intrigue and the connivings and political intrigues of the big world. Like, he really, I think, shines when, like, kings, spy masters, queens, this sort of stuff, when they talk to each other about the big picture world, where they are, what has happened, and what's going on. That, like, all of that stuff, I think, is his strength. I think that's, he builds that in a very understandable and, like, interest-creating way, right? He has some pretty interesting, like, choices of how to, like, make characters behave. Like, every single person snorts and bites their lip in every page. Like, it's really fascinating how everyone always snort, bite lip, all the time. It's quite distractingly strange. Like, all men, all women, especially women, but basically everyone does that. It's really weird. But that's just his style. The sword combat is interesting to read, but it's always difficult to fully, like, write up sword combat, really. So I think it's the sword combat writing is okay. The big picture intrigue is really the big strength. My main gripe always felt that the Geralt the Witcher always seemed like he had a lot less agency in his story than I felt like he would have needed. It always felt like Geralt actually was a lot less capable than what you would imagine. He's not an he's not an all-capable video game character. He's just like a guy with a sword, really good with a sword, and the story arc of the world almost, like, makes the point that being extremely good with a sword and trying to do good is more or less meaningless. Like, the big picture things happen no matter what you do. You're quote-unquote pissing into the wind, as they say. And he often just, like, gets, like, carted forward with the story by being captured, by being something like that, like, literally putting him onto a cart at times. So I felt like I wanted a little bit more agency from the characters themselves in the, like, story's conclusions in many ways. But he makes really fun and interesting characters in the side people, and the overall intrigue of the world I felt was so interesting to read and learn about that alone I think is worth the entry point of trying to go to it. I think that's really... So it's honestly quite almost curious that now that I've finished the books, I feel like the most interesting, like, bits of the books are the stuff that is not about Geralt or Yennefer. Like, the side characters are so much more interesting. Like, there's this guy called Regis, which I feel is really fun to follow and listen and, like, see what he, like, thinks about stuff. And the spy master, the Redadian boy, the really big man with the big belly, the Sigismund Dijkstra. Like, the side characters are really the bread and butter of Witcher books. They are really, really interesting. Did I beat Deus Ex? Not yet, no. We're kind of in the lower 6th, but all in good time. But I did basically finish the Magic the Gathering goal I had. That's basically done for, at least for now. Like, the big grind is done, the season is over, I got what I need at level 69. Nice. And, feels good. Okay. So yeah, I felt like, it's kind of hard to make Geralt interesting, because it's, his abilities are, he does swordsmanship, and he, you know, loves his friends and a couple of people, and they are his motivation. It's very simple like that. There's not a lot of depth in there, but the other characters are really, really good, and those people are worth going through the story. It's, like, I would recommend, especially if you're interested in the, like, the background lore of, like, where the game stories, like, started out from. Because the arcs of almost everyone else are genuinely quite interesting. And Geralt and Yennefer are still, like, they're okay enough to, like, have along for the ride. But for main characters, I felt they were a little, thin. You know, they have, like, very little, like, intrigue to them. Their motivations are very, 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 very simple. Yennefer just would like to probably have kids and wants to find Ciri. That's really all she is. And then throws magic at times. But the other ones have a lot more, like, curious thoughts about the world. Like, there's this one, like a treasonous general that his motivation is trying to create democracy in the monarchy. It's genuinely really, really cool. But he's a bad guy, but he wants democracy. Like, it's kind of a curious take on, like, what is really good and evil in a monarchy. Like, what is his motivation, and how far is it okay to go with that if that's the end goal? It's so curious. Like, those were so nice. Love a good side character. Often I find it's easier to make them interesting since the characters than protagonists, even if that feels counterintuitive. Yeah, that may be true, because you can be brave with the side characters. Like, maybe it's kind of scary to have main characters have really hot takes on the world. Because what if people don't like it and then the main character is disliked, and what do you do then, you know? Like, maybe the main character needs to be, like, a very, needs to be very, very, like, uncontroversial, have very simple goals, like, I want to help my friends, I want to defend these people, I'm against, you know, burning dwarves on a stake, like, hot take, you know, like, it's very not, like, he has very few interesting ideas, you know, like, they're all, like, very obvious. I'd rather not waste everyone's time having to recharge my weapons if I die to this stuff, you know? So I feel it's worth it. Like, if you enjoy the games, that alone, like, if you're into the lore of the games already, that kind of means you probably would... There's, I think, enough good in there to already go in. I think Tolkien is, like, it's hard to, like, comparing a fantasy writer to the best of the best. It's always a little, you know. But I think the Witcher books were more interesting than R.A. Salvatore's. And I think Salvatore is perfectly fine. So, it's hard to, like, I really don't have enough, like, book reading experience to say much about, like what is my, like, giving a book a 0 out of, or, like, from 0 or from 1 to 10 scores, I really don't have the expertise to. I've read maybe 45, 50 books total in my life, probably less. So I don't know enough about the medium to really say. But I do think they're good, but not like the highest echelon, but definitely worth reading. If you like the games, if you're into the world of the games, absolute recommend, because that world is expanded a lot. And if you're curious, the Thronebreaker Witcher Tales, the standalone single-player Gwent game with like a, you know, an adventure game written into it or built around it. That game is also like I believe it's canon for the Witcher games at least. And as far as I could tell, all of the events in that game fit perfectly to be canon in the books as well. It literally goes through that like a big sideswipe to that story, that everything fits and works, you know? And man, I had a thought there, but now I lost it. I swear it was something curious. But yeah, good stuff. I liked it. Or them. I do feel, though, the Season of Storms prequel, I think it's worth a read if you're a fan, but it is the weakest of the bunch. It doesn't add really much. Although, it's still a perfectly decent, like, non-controversial fantasy action adventure book, you know, but it doesn't really add anything to the overall thing, I feel. But I didn't hate it. It was a perfectly, like, okay, cool. And then I moved on. But yes, absolutely. Remember, if you're going to read all the books, including Season of Storms, read Season of Storms before you finish the actual story arc of the main books, you know. Lady of the Lake needs to be your last book, not the prequel Season of Storms, because then it's gonna feel weird. Like, after you finish the story, you go into a prequel with Geralt doing a completely different side story, like 60 years prior, and it doesn't, like, it kind of robs you from, like, finishing the story, I feel, you know, in a weird way, if that makes sense. I read Season of Storms, just between books 4 and 5, and I'm really happy right there. You could do it after book 3 quite easily, I think, but I think you should read books 1 and 2 first. Season of Storms doesn't really require a prior knowledge, but it does help that little tiny bit if you've read books 1 and 2, the short story collections. Because Season of Storms does still, like, use information like Geralt and Yennefer are a pair, you know, that sort of stuff. Like, it does make slightly more sense as a story if you've read those. Man, I didn't remember this being this unfair. Alright. Man, my outfit fits the watercolor, it's great. But, like, yeah, I feel like some of the side characters are, like, Game of Thronesian in their interest. I haven't read Game of Thrones, but I've, like, seen a good number of the seasons. Like, for example, in Game of Thrones, like, I always liked Tywin Lannister, because he was a hard and ruthless man, but his motivations were very well thought out, and it was all rational and reasonable. And he didn't really do things, as far as I could tell, like, really, from the perspective of, I want to do evil, but, like, it was for the family, for the reputation of the family, for the betterment of the family, like, doing these, like, quite genius chess moves, ruthless, but still with like rationale. He's not like a sadist who just like tortures frogs, you know. He has a real rational thinking behind this. Like, he's an interesting man. And I feel like the best side characters of the Witcher books do reach an interest of that sort of level. Like, they... And in that sense, Geralt is nowhere near that, because Geralt is very simple. He's the basic good man. The good man who fights the bad men and the bad monstros. You know, there's only so much you can do with that. And that's kind of what side characters are more interesting. They have ruthlessness, intelligence, they think through stuff, and they reason through things without, like, going into morals all the time. I mean, I'm a big fan of morals, but they don't often make interesting characters in a book, because the reasoning of why people do stuff in a meaningfully interesting way, that's where intrigue lies. And... hello, I am good, and I hit bad people with a sword. That is a good person, but it doesn't have intrigue, you know? If, like, that's what I'm trying to say. If that makes sense. Like, we all want to and should be the good person, but in a book, in a story, a very one-dimensional, single-minded good person is really hard to be interesting, and Geralt of Rivia is kind of that. I'm sometimes a little, like, scratching my head when Henry Cavill says stuff like he's a philosophical dude who thinks this stuff through. I'm like, I don't see that, but I guess we all just read a different story in our minds, so... absolutely makes sense. Cool. I'm glad. Oh boy, I don't remember what to use here. Let's see if I can just make it through with the... probably, yeah. At least the starting bit. Yay, big tank. Clanker, hi, welcome. I feel like I haven't seen you in an age. Thank you so much. Thank you for popping by, and thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Woo! I hope you've had an excellent time and day and week and all of that good stuff. Hell yeah. Watch the first season of Witcher, lost track in a second. I can, yeah. I feel like the Witcher TV series is one of the most interesting case studies of like adaptation TV in a very long time, in the sense that it's this it's such an odd thing of it's a good-ish fantasy show, mostly good, sometimes a little dipping, but mostly perfectly fine. And I'm not sure, like, it feels like the world is not quite understanding what it's doing, in that there's a lot of reviews out there about the Season 2, especially of Witcher, that out and out say it is a faithful adaptation of the source material, and it is not. It can be a good series, but every single event, apart from Ciri gets training, and a boy named Rience is trying to catch Ciri and he does fire. Apart from those two things, every single arc, plot point, side arc, everything is, like, vehemently against the source material. It's completely made up. It is crazy weird. It's like... it feels like they read the books and made the, like, solemn vow of making the second season as different as they could possibly make it. It's bizarre. With the exception of the Grain of Truth episode. That is quite accurate. Small changes, but that's basically like a an adaptation of the material. Everything else is just fan fiction beyond fan fiction. It's so weird. I don't get it. Like what's the rationale there? Like it feels like it's this weird series where they take some cues from the video game roots in stuff like in how Henry Cavill's like voice is kind of gravelly, just like in the games, and that sort of stuff, and it has like video gamey violence, I suppose. Also, the books have that too, but the story arc is just completely nonsense compared to the books. It's so weird. It's like this willful fanfiction of no, and it's not a bad show. It's just, but it's not an adaptation of the source material anymore. It's so weird. It's pretty good, but it's strange. I don't understand it, you know? I like YouTube channel Screen Junkies that has a series called Honest Trailers. They did which saying from that book you've been meaning to read to that game you've been meaning to play comes to show you've been meaning to watch. Yeah, that is pretty accurate though, yeah. That sounds about right. Like, yeah, it seems like not a lot of people actually read the books total. So is my vision with Witcher. Yeah. I gotcha. I don't remember if this, yeah, there is one, yeah, okay. Kind of expected, I suppose, but still, a bit cheap, but so it goes, you know? Okay, let's kill the baddies and then worry about the floor traps. There's probably one here. There you go. Okay. So, where's the trap here? There. Okay, let's make just a item one jump from, oh Jesus. Item one jump from here, here, there we go. Boom. So yeah, I think The Witcher is a decently good fantasy show. Just, there is I'm kind of just annoyed that now that show is The Witcher, there will never be an accurate, well never, but like within 20 years or something, there will not be an accurate adaptation of the Blood of Elves book, for example. The third book. Because that's what the season 2 is about. And it just doesn't adapt the book. It has some very tiny moments that are same-ish, and everything else is completely made up. The witch in the cabin with the chicken legs, not in the book. Yennefer losing her powers, not in the book. Yennefer like leading Ciri into a Thebes, not in the book. The whole arc with Yennefer in any way, not in the book. Like it's like it's just like none of it makes any sense. Like every single thing that happens about Gay here in the season 2, every single thing, every single scene with Gay here, not in the book. Like it's like what no. I don't understand their reasoning. And I mean, I'm sure that like many of the like people who like the show but haven't read the books will say, and I believe it's true, that they have like consulted Andrei Sapkowski, you know, and with the series story and such. They well may have. It doesn't change the fact that the story is not in the book. It's just not there. Like the Hunchback. You mean season 1 Yennefer or something different? There we are. Nice and easy. Come on. There we are. So I'm kind of not super interested in the season 3 of Witcher because I'm kind of, well, it's so far from the source material already that it's really hard to, like, it's hard to write that ship anymore, you know? Seasoned 1. Okay, cool. Well, I guess it's an experience for all of us if we have a seasoned hunchback. I'm sure it's gonna work out. God damn. Man, this is a hard one to, like, trying to get any like, I don't think I can deal with the boss fight with this level of no life, you know? There we are. Okay. This is where dreams go to die. Okay, let's see. Ugh. Oh! Okay, and then we try to item our way through here. Not gonna watch it. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Like, it's not a case, like, it's not the fact that it's a bad show. That's not the point I'm making. It's more like, I think it's a pretty decent fantasy show. It's just not about the source material. But Henry Cavill is really cool as The Witcher, so it's a case of, if you don't intend to read the books and don't care if it doesn't actually use the story from the books, then it can be a genuinely good and fun fantasy show. So it's like a case where there is no wrong answer, I suppose. Like, one can give it a shot and see if they like it, you know? But it's not, but it's just, the season 2 is not about the books. Like, it's just not. There we are. The very specific one way of getting that boss done without, getting, like, of having to die in between to get your, item stuff back, to come back. Alright. Let's hope we all get some good boss fights now, then. Okay. The bubble boy. Or the one that needs the bubble, rather. Okay. Not too bad. That went okay. W, let's go. That is a couple of lucky breaks in the patterns of the tornadoes, for sure. You're more sci-fi than fantasy. You can't even get into the Expanse or Altered Carbon Raised by Wolves. It's cool. Oh, I haven't watched either of those, though. I probably should. There's just so much to watch that anything that's really long, or decently long, it's a really hard, like, threshold to go over, because, like, and then sit in for 4 seasons of a lot of stuff. I just started, finally, The Mandalorian. It's so far, it's quite good. But, like, the big long thing I've watched recently, I watched Westworld up until the end of Season 3. Season 3 was weird. I didn't really like it too much. First 2 are really good. And I, year ago, or a bit more, I went through and watched the Twin Peaks. All seasons and the movie. I really like David Lynch stuff. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, I don't remember... Did anyone else use Atomic Fire? I think someone did. I think I'm more... Might as well just be safe and use Metal instead. Because it's so cheap to use. Yeah, so many streamers... Yeah, exactly so. Like, I even checked the Apple Plus TV thing. There was like a week of, like, free... trialing with that one, because it has the Planet Dinosaur thing, the like dinosaur documentary with David Attenborough. It's a lot like Walking with Dinosaurs, but like just like modern, new, more accurate. And it was fun. And Apple TV has this like or Apple TV Plus rather has this like, I hadn't heard of this, but it has this this like post-apocalyptic sort of... It's not really fantasy. It's like post-apocalyptic primitive show, if that makes sense. Like, it tells the story of a world where, like, almost all humans died of a disease. You know, on the nose there, but... And the ones who, like, survived... came through blind, and all of humanity is blind. Or at least that's the premise. That should be, right? And sight is considered like a heresy, and there's like a lot of superstition and people burned on the stake and so on and so on and so on. And it's like a bold premise, and then Jason Momoa is like the main character, and then it's a lot of like... It's a lot of hard violence and a very... strange concept that starts out really slow, but it starts to get more interesting as time goes on. I watched 3 episodes of it. I might be persuaded to watch more. It's called See. S-E-E. See. It's curious. It's kind of like a 50-50, 60-40 like and dislike on it, so... But it's decent. Severance. Ah, okay. I never saw that one. Raised by Wolves looked interesting. Altered Carbon is actually the kind of like The Witcher in that a lot of it's pretty different from the book, but it's mostly carried by good acting. Ah, yeah. And that's actually... See, now that we're back on The Witcher and the acting, I don't, like... I've tried so hard. I've gotten around on a good bunch of the actors. Like the actor of Ciri, perfectly fine. Triss was kind of in season 1, but I warmed up to her in season 2. I feel like she went into a much better place. But in the Witcher series, it's so hard to fully explain. Like it would take some time. I just cannot get behind the portrayal of Yennefer in the TV show. It does not work for me. It just doesn't. It just doesn't happen, you know? Like, what do you do with that? Like, it's a lot of different things. Like, she, as a character, she, like, from the get-go, I was slightly on a disadvantageous spot because I knew her from the Witcher 3 game, right? And the Witcher 3 game Yennefer has a lot of gravitas in her presence. The Yennefer in the TV show has none. Like, she has the appearance and the manners, or the mannerisms of, like, she appears like a 19, 20-year-old girl with a very, like, the opposite of a gravitas-filled adult portrayal. I wouldn't call her childish, but it's really close to that. She acts like this like almost jokey, what's a good word for this? Child is not exactly what I'm looking for, but a jokey just beyond teenager. It just doesn't work. She's just about like try to get in your mind the like mental image of like imagine a jokey Marvel movie that has a young female character that just like shrugs her shoulders a lot and is like huh, like that mental image. That's what Yennefer's mannerisms are to me in the Witcher TV series, and it just doesn't work. Like I've tried so hard, and the portrayal just doesn't fit. It just doesn't. It doesn't go with, like, I'm sure she's an excellent actress, but the casting is just not. They cross each other in the night and go in the different directions. It just doesn't work. I hope it's not like super controversial to say, but it just doesn't go anywhere for me. It's like it just there's a big no in there, you know? I believe I've mentioned that before, though. Like, I had some reservations about the other characters too, but I like just got around to basically all of them. Oh, and again, from the Witcher TV series, the portrayal of Franziska Findabair, the queen, the elven sorceress, that is a character assassination of that character. Like, I don't know if you've seen Season 2, but the elven sorceress does some stuff that you don't get back from. And that obviously doesn't happen in the books, and it's just like, oh. Again, every story point is just not in the book, or books, rather. Alright. Let's do this. Boom. Alright. Top right, let's go. Or bottom right, rather. Air boy. There we are. And through here we find a fight. Okay, this I am kind of blanking on. The crash stuff would have been useful, but there's no option for that, so I might actually have to die for this to work. Because I don't know if... Like, what do you do with that, you know? Here we are. Yeah, we've discussed this. Yeah, I agree. The Geralt and Ciri are the carriers of that show for sure in acting for sure, absolutely. And I'm honestly like, Geralt gets like Henry Cavill gets all of the praise, but I'm really impressed by the portrayal of Ciri because that's a lot more difficult, I think, to portray. Like, there's a level of, as long as you look good and grunt well, you know, you can make a pretty decently cool Geralt. Ciri is a lot of like emotional, like you know, ups and downs and traumas and running and being vulnerable and all of that stuff, and it's that's I think the challenging role in the series, and she really knocks that out of the park, and I feel like she deserves a lot more credit for it than or like she deserves like her share of the praise for sure. Like, she's very good. Absolutsies. Haha! It is the floating Wily. Okay, now. Let's see. I need to get into the rhythm of this again. It's not super difficult. It's like, it does like an infinity arc, and it has a rhythm to its shots. It's a bit annoying, though, that the game doesn't actually let you have more than those 4 tanks, even if you find more, I think, at least. Come on. It was a HoloLens all along. Like, imagine the plot twist if all of Mega Man games were a Mega Man HoloLens all along. He went nowhere, did nothing, just like, ah! And there we are. Reached credits in just under 2 hours. This is still probably the best credit scene in all of like NES. Mega Man games altogether are like, they're the best ones in the credits game. The 4th one is a little iffy because well, we'll see. It looks good, but it has a twist that's a little... Well done, thank you. It's curious that the world just changed color as he walked around instead of I never really understood what, like, is it like a one person designed everything about the level and the boss, or just the boss itself, or what? Like, did Akira Yoshida do just the idea of Crashman themselves, or the Crashman visuals, boss fight, and the level? Or how, like, They do share at least enemies, though, so that shouldn't, they probably, I don't know. Oh, and then there's these, like, aliases of people's yeah, I forgot about that. Imagine in today's world having all of the devs be like aliases, like the program mouse, or something. The C plus metal. Try hard drive. Something like that. Fishman. All right, there we are. That is that one, and we're gonna continue to the next one. But yeah, like and subscribe.